is Wednesday, December 10, 2014. Now the Sierra Leone news. Another 2 weeks Ebola lockdown in part of Sierra Leone. A cabinet minister fraudulently collecting funds for Ebola. Doctors in Sierra Leone embark on clinical trials. Human Rights Commission urges government to respect human dignity in the fight against Ebola. Hello, Massah Saffa, ICANN TV News. Here are the news in detail. Authorities in Eastern District of Sierra Leone launched a 2 weeks lockdown on Wednesday, hoping to halt the spread of the virus. The lockdown will last until December 23rd in the Diamond Rich Corner district in Eastern Sierra Leone, according to our reporter. The decision was made by traditional rulers in the area, including Paramount Chief Paul Jabi Sakwi of Tankara Chiefdom. While people can move within the district, no one will be allowed to enter or leave. Earlier this year, authorities held a lockdown in the capital of Freetown, and it was successful. Government of Sierra Leone, under the leadership of President Ernest Bai Koroma, announced about creation of special bank accounts into which all monies meant for combating Ebola should be paid, either in leones or in foreign exchange. However, investigation revealed that an appointed cabinet minister, whose name have been withheld till investigation is concluded, while still in office, has been collecting funds from Italy in the name of fighting Ebola in Sierra Leone, but operating under a different private bank account at a Milan-based bank in the name of a non-profit organization. Stay tuned for more news after the short break. Doctors in Sierra Leone embark on clinical trials. Our reporter in Sierra Leone, Alfred, has this to say.
Doctors in Freetown have started clinical trials on Ebola patients using blood from people who contracted the virus and survived. The trials are being carried out by doctors at the Hastings Treatment Center and the 34 Military Hospital. The commanding officer at the 34 Hospital, Colonel Dr. Safudi, said the National Blood Service has been collecting blood samples from survivors in Kenema whose consent had first been sought. He was hopeful that similar trials, which had worked well in other countries, would be successful in Sierra Leone.
Human Rights Commission urges government to respect human dignity in the fight against Ebola. Over to you again, Mr. Alfred.
The Human Rights Commission of Sierra Leone has urged the government, law enforcement agencies, traditional and community leaders to respect human rights and human dignity as they conduct, according to the Commission, robust and effective implementation of the regulations, measures and bylaws aimed at eradicating the Ebola disease. The Commission released a statement to mark International Human Rights Day, which is today. It also appealed to the general populace to obey the preventive measures in the regulations, including bylaws and medical instructions, and for the public to refrain from stigmatizing frontline health workers and their family members. A movie on the Ebola situation in Sierra Leone is due to be premiered this weekend on SLBC TV. The movie, titled A Stitch in Time and produced and directed by entertainer Jimmy Bangura, otherwise known as Jimmy B, focuses on 6 friends who are split into 2 groups, each with a different perception about the disease. The United States Embassy in Freetown and mobile phone service company Africell funded the production of the movie. Police in Pujon, southern Sierra Leone, have confirmed the death of a 35-year-old man, Sheku Conteh, at Bandajuma town after a fight with another man, Ibrahim Bao. The 2 men were said to have got into a fight after the deceased beat up the suspect's child in retaliation for the beating of his 7-year-old daughter by the suspect after the girl was said to have killed his chick. Mr. Conteh was in a coma and died at a health center. Reports say the police regional headquarters, Bo, have taken Mr. Bao into custody and are in consultation with law officers preparing charges against him. This is ICANN TV News coming to you from Freetown in Sierra Leone.
And now, to end our ICANN TV News, here are the headlines. Another 2 weeks Ebola lockdown in part of Sierra Leone. A cabinet minister fraudulently collecting funds for Ebola. Doctors in Sierra Leone embark on clinical trials. Human Rights Commission urges government to respect human dignity in the fight against Ebola. And here ends our news for today. Massah Saffa, ICANN TV News.